Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to my Leicester guide for FM19. Rest in peace, Leicester owners. Just want to say that. But let's get into it. In these guides, we're going to talk about sort of finances. We're going to have a look at what they expect us to achieve this season, the staff, the players, get an idea of what tactics we might use or where we might spend our money. So, what do they expect us to achieve this season? Always interesting with Leicester. Top half of the table, okay? FA Cup, 5th round. League Cup, 4th round. Okay, you're going to give us a load of money for that? All right. Better than expected, £21 million, and we've got 100 grand in wages. So one good player we've basically got there. Quick look at the staff. Scouting department is full and it's okay. Coaching needs work. We've got one space, but there's probably a couple of coaches here that are probably quite daft. That's not very good. Medical staff is okay. Probably need another physio if we can ask for one. Onto the team report. Okay, we've only got one left back, but that's it on the main downsides, which is great news because we've spent £22 million on a left back. It's job done, isn't it? So let's have a look at the squads, and then we'll also have a look at the under 23s, under 18s, see if there's any little fruity gems to look at. So in goal, we've got Kasper Schmeichel. He's a very good, solid goalkeeper, and we've got Danny Ward, the ex-Liverpool goalkeeper, who's a splendid backup. Don't have to worry about goalkeepers for the next couple of years. Job done. Moving on to right back, we've got Danny Simpson, who's okay, but not great going forward. Passing and crossing are a little bit low. We've got Ricardo Pereira, who looks like a much more attacking version, basically. A bit pacier, better going forward. Can play as a winger as well, and a decent winger at that. So that's nice to have that cover. We've also got Amari, who is another right back. Or again, not great going forward. Can play as a sort of DM position as well, where he's actually probably better suited. Unless you're going to play a more defensive fullback, I think he's probably better suited maybe playing in the middle. Could he play centre-back? Vision's not great. As a no-nonsense centre-back, though, or just a standard centre-back, I think he's pretty good. He's 6'1", okay jumping reach, but it's okay. So he's a decent cover as well. That's a nice option. On the left, we know for a fact it's Ben Chilwell, but he's very, very good. Lots of potential to improve. Quite well-rounded player. But that's probably one area where we maybe look to strengthen. In defence, we've got Johnny Evans. Absolutely solid centre-back. Wes Morgan. Probably a bit past it now, to be honest. He's a massive lump of a lad. He's got no pace whatsoever, which I don't mind so much a lack of pace in centre-backs. For me, acceleration is more important. You need to get going quick, and 7 acceleration, 6 agility is not ideal for me. But he's not worth much money, so I'd probably just keep him for the next season. He's only got a year left anyway, so I'd probably let his contract run out, to be quite honest. You're out on loan, so we'll chuck you in the Rezzies. Same with you and Harvey Barnes. We'll have a quick look at them later on. So then we've got Harry Maguire. Obviously, he's got a giant head, and he's very, very good as a centre-back. Not the quickest, but enough. 10 plus is my minimum requirement. But everything else, he's absolutely beastly. And he's a really good passer of the ball as well, so he can come out of defence with it. You can make him a stopper, all that sort of good stuff. And then we've got whatever the fuck this guy's name is. He's out for 3 months with a hamstring strain. Kagla Soyanuku. Who's actually a pretty well-rounded centre-back. Quite like him. 22 years old. Only going to get better. Then we've got Wilfried Ndidi, who is a defensive midfielder. Can easily play centre-back. For some reason, I thought he was really short. I don't know why. Perfectly capable of playing a centre-back as well as a defensive midfielder type player. His passing's okay as well. Not a playmaker. Not that sort of expressive, but decent, solid central midfielder. And he's only 21, so he could become one of your star players, to be quite frank. And then, is that it on our sort of defensive front? So, okay, for me, we've got Johnny Evans, Maguire as a starting centre-back partnership is really strong. We've got decent enough backups for this season. And I think as fullbacks go, right-hand side is perfectly good. We've got an attacking version. We've got a more defensive version. Might even be able to sell Danny Simpson at this point if we needed the 6 million. And then on the left, Ben Chilwell. We do need somebody to at least cover for him. Next up, we have Andy King. Getting on a little bit now, but in his He's all right. Sort of player you probably just wouldn't sell straight away unless you needed the 12 million, but he's an okay squad player. Nothing to write home about. We've got Matty James. He is out for 5 months early on, so he's going to miss the first half of the season pretty much before he gets back to full fitness. But he's okay. Nothing exceptional in the midfield jumping out at me. Adrian Silva is wanted by Manchester United, and he's valued at 29 million. That doubles the price, doesn't it? He's now valued at 60 million. That's the price tag. 29 years old, so he's a very good player. A very good playmaker and set-piece taker, but could be someone you can cash in on. It very much depends how you like to play the game. If you're a sort of get in the squad, sell 10 players, and buy 15 players, I'd probably keep him for the... Although he's 29, he's never going to be worth this much money again. How long have we had him at the club? This is his second year. Yeah, depending on who my transfer targets. Vincent Iborra. Another central midfielder, can play anywhere down the spine. What's he like as a centre-back, just out of interest? 14 heading, marking, tackling, like it. Position's really good. Pace is just about enough. Okay, he could definitely play centre-back if needed. He's 30 years old, so it'll take him a little bit longer. You know, us oldies takes us a bit more time to learn a position. But also, can play most roles comfortably in central midfield without any sort of standout attributes. Long shots is 12, so you could potentially play him as a number 10. It lacks the pace to really sort of drive forward, but as a sort of playmaker or a Gaunch or something like that is. But central midfield. Then we got what is that name? Mendy, who's our defensive midfielder. Much more of a defensive, strong as an ox, good marking, tackling, solid passing, not great going forward. Definitely a DM. Or a sort of defensive central midfielder. Then we've got Mark Albrighton, who's our winger. He's right-footed, hugs line, tries long-range passes, likes to switch ball to the other flank. If we're playing him on this right-hand side, he's not the paciest as a wingers go, but really good crossing. His passing's okay as well. As an inside forward type player. About enough. I'd want a little bit more pace maybe. He's okay. I don't think he's going to be jumping into the starting lineup. But then we've got the 21-year-old Amari Gray, really big prospect. Bournemouth were trying to get this guy for years until Leicester nabbed him away from Birmingham for a cheeky 3.8 million. Good to see him getting more game time. Some of his he's mentally not great. He is only 21. They will improve a little bit, but he's never going to be exceptional. But he's got some really good other stats, and he's pacey. That's not too bad. And then we got Ratched Jezel. We'll go with that. Who's okay, hang on, he's left-footed. Quite like him. He's not that bad, actually. Sort of solid player. You can play him as a winger. He's got decent crossing, decent passing, just about enough pace. Good at corners as well and free kicks. Not too bad at all. And then we've got James Madison, the new guy. Looks absolute quality in real life, and he's very good in the game as well. He's going to be your number 10. I think that's kind of set. If you don't want to play at number 10, he can play on that left-hand side or right-hand side as an inside forward. You could play him as a striker, to be honest. Yeah, he could definitely become a all-out striker. He's young enough that you could retrain his position. Gets forward whenever possible. I try to get rid of this player trait. Shoots from distance. If you're going to play him as a striker, it's not ideal. But he looks quite beastly, and I reckon you can make him a striker. But we do have Iheanacho, the Man City reject. 5-star potential still, but I don't see him ever reaching that at this point. But he still can become a very good player. And then we've got Shinji Okazaki, who's one of my favourite Premier League players because you can see the joy on his face when he plays football. And he's still pretty good. A decent backup. He's 32 years old. You're not really going to... He's worth 7 million if you need the cash, I suppose. But not great. And then Jamie Vardy, having a party. Still an absolute beast. He's still got 2 or 3 good years left in him yet. So that's not a problem. Quick look at the under-23s and the under-18s. Oh, we've got 2 5-star potentials. We've got Harvey Barnes. Ooh. I'd probably have him on my first team squad, to be honest. And Bendovic. Ooh. Fruity. Can we not have these back? Okay. I feel like those could come in straight away, to be honest. There's a couple of players here that you can take a look at. Even if they're not quite good enough, there's money to be made here. We've got Diabetes, and we've got Chowdhury. Not bad, but at least some money to be made. So we've got £20 million. Even with just some crap selling here, we're going to easily have £30 million to spend. We do need the left back. That's obviously clear. As for sort of a basic striker setup, trouble is, nowadays, I'm finding this more and more. And I guess this is much like real life, because it used to be that 2 strikers was pretty much the standard. You might have various different shapes. You might have one dropping slightly deeper, but 2 strikers, and now less and less being 2 strikers. And I suppose the game is imitating that, because a lot of these good attacking players are actually probably slightly better out on the wing. So my thought process here, we've got Amari Gray on the wing here. We've got Madison. I think what Leicester have got does allow you to play both, because we've got, obviously, Jamie Vardy, Iheanacho. If you wanted to play 2 up top, you've got Madison that can definitely play as a striker. Give him a go. Retrain him his position, because I think he could play as a striker. Or if you want to play a number 10, you can have him there as well. Perfectly good. Maybe a shadow striker might work well. You could even do that sort of just have him as the shadow striker on this side and give him, push him up and up and up and all that sort of stuff, just to give yourself a little bit more security, because obviously playing 2 up top. So actually, that might not be a bad idea. Don't steal that. No, it might be crap. Don't quote me on this. With our money then, obviously we need a left back. Whether my assistant thinks 4-star potential, can I see him really? He's 21 now. I think he's got a lot of 11s where you need these to be 14s. I'm not sure if he's ever going to be world class in the game or top Premier League class. So I'm actually tempted to go big on a left winger, on a left fullback as my spending. But this is where I want you guys to get involved. Go in the comments. Let us know what you think. If you're a Leicester fan, let us know what formations worked for you, what transfers worked in and out, and all that good stuff. Who played well? Let us know in the comments, so we can help each other out for people that are starting a Leicester save. But there we go. There's my little mini guide to Leicester. I hope you enjoyed it, found it useful. If you did, please do leave a like. Really helps the channel. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go and check out all my FM19 content, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.